Eho! Good morning and welcome to the Estonian T10 League. First full day of action. First match was on Friday night with the Strikers narrowly beating the Hippos. And today we have Stallions against Vikings to kick us off.
Good morning, Robbo.
Good morning, Travis.
Speaking of the T10 Friday Night League, that was a good game by yourself.
Nice 50-metre boundary is always fun.
It does look odd on the camera, doesn't it?
It is. It's very short.
I mean, even here in the com box now, we're sitting, the rope's probably 25, 30 metres in.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we're not going to move the box just for these games.
This is the way T10 cricket is.
Yeah. And, Stallions versus the Vikings. Who's your money on today, mate? Not that we bet on it.
Given our Stallions played yesterday, potentially the Vikings, to be honest. But they had he starts off with a big six.
Goals! Yeah. Crossy with his arms up early today. He might get some sun under those arms.
He's going to have a long day of tired arms by the end of it, I think.
Yeah, so Stallions yesterday, they got bowled out in under their 40 overs.
Chasing a pretty reasonably small target from the United team of 190.
Yeah, they looked good early, the Stallions bowling them out for just under 30 overs. So I had them down for a win, but then they just didn't have the depth to go through.
Aditya and Ram both got second ball ducks, so hard to chase totals when your top order all fail.
Yep. So second ball coming in from the Kiev end.
And playing a miss.
Not a bad warm-up delivery. I mean, the first one got smashed for six, but that one...
This is Olin. Hopefully the scorers eventually catch up.
Maybe they're having a bit of technical difficulties. Yesterday we had a little bit of an upsie.
There we go. We're starting to catch up now.
A little bit of an upsie on the screens yesterday where we had the Hippos overlay and the third ball coming in from the Kiev end. Again, straight in.
To the fielder. He's got a hand on it. Aditya mid-off and just one run. Yes, it would be nice if the scorers would get here on time and get organised on time, but it's not something that's happened very much this year, unfortunately.
Sunday morning volunteers.
Well, it's the batting team. They should be here an hour before the game, Trav.
All right, so Olin comes in for the...
Short again. And just played into the offside by Rana. And just one. Thought about two, but he's batting Rupam. So Rupam didn't want the second there. No. We've got Moni behind the stumps in his fluorescent white keeping pads.
Yes, they definitely stand out on that uniform, don't they? Unfortunately. And he's got his yellow hat on.
Yellow Tigers hat. So there'll be a few fines for... uniform indiscretions today already from... Oh, that's a full toss and belted for six.
Goals! And that's almost rolled to the logs.
Probably only a 4 on our normal boundaries, but...
Yeah, would have just rolled over for 4 there. Not a bad start by the Vikings.
Mm-hmm. I think you'd be looking at 15 and over. I think that's the pass score. If you can get 150...
I think you're in a good position at 150. Yep. The grass is a little bit thick. We're doing that on purpose, just to let it grow. We overseeded a few weeks ago, and it's starting to come through now.
A bit shorter than the Iceland games, though, so you're getting a bit more value for your shots.
Oh, that's a wild
That'll
ball.
go all the way for no balls.
No balls.
So we'll get a free hit as well.
The one that they ran didn't count?
No, because it went for a boundary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had United yesterday, whose name is finally making sense to me because they had players from about 6 different clubs playing for them.
The Raptors, is it? No,
yes, they should have called themselves the Talon United Nations, to be honest. They'll complain again at the end of the season when half their club wants to leave because they can't get a game. But another big one, and that'll go all the way.
Cools. That's a big one.
Rupam, 19 off 6, certainly taking advantage, and 25 off the first over for the Vikings.
That is a huge over by the Vikings.
As Mr. Maximo himself would call that a magic over.
Yes. We had some big overs against you guys as well, didn't
Yeah,
we, on Friday night? Well, there was a...
We had, I think Mac had 4 sixes hit off him in 1 over
Yeah.
by Cheyenne. And I think I went for 23 off 1 over as well.
I think he went for, was it 4 sixes in a
4
row and then a
sixes
wicket?
and 2
He started with a wicket, 4 sixes.
Wicket
no,
wide,
4
sixes,
sixes.
wicket.
Wicket, yep. And then you did 3 sixes and a wicket?
Yeah.
Speaking of your bowling, have you spoken to the guy from, was it Iceland that you took out his ankle?
Yeah.
How's he
I had a
going?
chat to him. He's still sore, but recovering. Nothing broken, fortunately.
Iceland coming in from the Kiev end. Well, that's the only end to come in from today.
It's a very high one, but that's going to go all the way as well.
Cools.
So Rana getting in on the action. And we could be in for a pretty big score here if this keeps going.
It's not an impressive ball there by the...
Too short. T10, what we learnt playing for the national team is you must pitch the ball up.
Yes, like that.
Rather be a full toss than a short ball. 30-run partnership up in 9 balls.
But it is short boundaries, as we said.
It is short boundaries, but you don't want to give them anything they can get under. No. So the fuller you can get it, the harder it is for the batter to get under the ball.
Just
that
like
one's
that.
in the air
And
and caught. Aranga takes the catch at cover.
Yep.
Arsalan gets the first wicket, and Rana Rashid goes for 7. And that'll bring no respite for Stallions because Big Shaki is marching out to the crease and he can certainly hit a ball.
Oh, he's got some swagger in that step today, hasn't he?
And the 50-metre boundaries will be right up his alley.
That's 4 steps for him. 6'9.5".
Yeah, he's not a small fella.
No, he's not. Looking forward to watching him bowl today as well.
Yep. Hopefully it'll be one of his good days. He can be a bit wayward when he's having a bad day, but if he's on song, it's very hard to get away, and that's could be good news for the Vikings after such a good start. Averaging 20 in Estonia. Strike out of only 90, but that includes the 40 over and T20 stats as well.
Oh, and he's off the mark.
Straight over the top, flashed over the offside, 4 runs.
It's a good solid edge.
Yeah, not off the middle, but he certainly will be swinging hard.
Yeah, with those long levers, he doesn't need to get much onto it. So the Vikings are looking good early this...
Well, they had a fantastic T20 comp in the second division, pipped in the last game by the Wolves for promotion, but certainly were the form team, at least for the first half of the competition. As Arslan in again, and swing and a miss from Shaki. Just tied him up there, a bit too close to be trying to cut the ball.
He needs to step into those ones. He's
He's
got a big
leg
stride.
side.
Yeah. Arslan comes in for the last ball of the over.
Short, and it's straight up, and we'll know it'll fall in between 3 fielders converging, and 1 run. Finish the second over, 36 for 1, and Shaki retains the strike. So Rupam, after 19 off the first over, doesn't face a ball in the second.
And he won't face the first in the third.
No.
So Chucky ball watching there, ball counting.
So it'll be interesting also to see the time management in T10. Obviously only bowling from one end, so it makes it a bit quicker. But easy to not hit the time marks in T10 because it's a very quick format of the game. If you get behind, it's very hard to catch up. So it'll be Bejon to bowl over number 3 with his leg spinners. Plays for the Tigers in the T20 comp, but they don't have a team in this T10 comp, so he's playing for the Stallions. Pitched up and just knocked away the offside for a single. Bejon not doing a lot to field off his own bowling there. So Rupam back on strike. Will we see some more big hitting? Gets it up over the batter's eyes, but a little bit short. And into the leg side. There'll be an overthrow here. It's messy from the Stallions, but that is something they're well known for.
Yeah. You've got to be careful with these short boundaries because that was only a few metres in.
They do tend to throw wildly quite a bit, the Stallions, and the backing up isn't always the best either. So prime candidates for some overthrows today. That's a bit more pitched up. Shaki just into the leg side to mid-wicket. Ball in and another wild throw and another very poor backing up effort. It's not going to make it to the boundary, but they'll get back for a second. So Stallions really shooting themselves in the foot so far today.
You can't afford to give away runs like that in this competition.
Not.
In any format of cricket.
Maybe the run out was on, maybe it wasn't, but you have to play the percentages, especially in short form cricket.
You've got to watch the ball, and if you're on the opposite side...
Oh, big swing from Shaki. Monty can't get it back to the stumps in time.
He's standing a fair way back for a spin bowler.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be on point with your backups. Always watching where the ball is. Basics. Keeping it simple.
Leg side, and Shaki can't get anything onto it. Crossy calls it a wide. Shaki will be disappointed with himself there. Just need to get something on that, and he would have got a boundary.
Much like yourself on Friday night. Everything that was down, you were just smashing that for 6. It was great to watch.
Sometimes it works, Trey.
Bijan in again.
Leg side, he's got that through the field, and that'll go all the way for 4. Really, basically, if you don't hit it straight to a fielder, it's most likely going to go for 4 on these boundaries.
Yeah, just come to a stop in front of the sportsbet.io container.
A little bit worse for wear, Trav. Mowing a bit energetically and bending in the bottom of the sign. But
yeah, well, unfortunately, I haven't been able to mow for the last few weeks, probably.
Yes, Sammy's been doing a lot of mowing this week. It's pitched up, he's hit it, and Zishan tries with the one hand, can't get to it, and that'll be another 4, but good effort from Zishan there. He wasn't far away. And that'll end the third over, 49 for 1. So
wow, that's a huge total.
Run rate 16.5. Vikings will be very happy with that, but the Stallions have pulled it back from 25 from the first over, so...
Yeah, not by much though. 16 and over is a big target.
Who's it going to be? Arsalan will bowl his second.
That'll see him through.
It's a decent first over from him.
But still the 1 wicket, that's the end of the power play after this one?
That's the end of the power play. 3 overs, yep. Arunga in the chat. Chaturanga took the catch. Sorry, mate. Similar looking fella from our distance, but Chaturanga, I think, played his first game for Stallions yesterday, and good to see him getting a catch today.
Oh, he took it nicely. He just moved forward a couple of steps and 2 hands on it and took it without worry.
I also think the Stallions have only got 9 or 10 players today. So if you're watching at home, Aranga, why aren't you at the ground playing, mate? That'll also be another fine for the Stallions. So
expensive payout for him.
Racking up the fines.
Arslan comes in and
back over his head, and Aditya comes around and gets behind it nicely. So just the 1 run.
Very nicely, knee down, picked it up.
What you'd expect from a national squad member.
Yeah.
Hopefully he scores some runs today, because that's not been in great form with the bat so far this year. Another duck yesterday. Yeah, swing and a miss from Shaki.
Just stepped away from that one, didn't he?
Maybe trying to hit the ball too hard. Small boundaries, you really don't need to whack it. Better off trying to place it in a gap.
He's only got to get it on, and it'll go for 4.
And with a few less fielders, there's a few more gaps out there for him to hit as well. Pitched up and into the offside. They'll come through for the single, and good throw there from Chaturanga. And Monty, as he always does, demolishes the stumps for no reason. Welcome back, Monty.
We've got to give the square leg something to do, don't you?
Yes. Not sure who the second umpire is out there with Mr. Cross. Looking as anonymous as possible in his nice
Black on black on
umpiring
black.
uniform, as they should be anonymously umpires. Arslan, short, and it's up in the air, but it'll fall safely and through for another single. So Arslan doing well here to pull this back. If he can bowl the next two balls without a boundary, that'll be exactly what the Stallions needed. So Shaki gets across in front of his stumps there, but down to Zishan for another single. So really good over this from Arslan. One ball to come. Ripalm on the strike, 22 off 9. So gone a little bit off the boil after that first over.
Yeah, you've got to give this one back to the Stallions this over.
Yep. Pitched up and can't get under it. What I was saying, if you get that ball up there, it's very hard to get under it.
It is. And no boundary off that over, which is a huge win. They might as well.
Yep, 54 now. And run rate down to 13.5. So a couple more overs like that for the Stallions, and they'll be right back in this. Bejon will bowl in his second over as well.
I noticed the women are having a...
Yeah, Women's Super 8s match this morning, starting at 11.
Yeah, and if you are listening from home or watching from home, then it's a beautiful day. There's not much wind, so come on down and bring a little barbecue or grab something to eat. Bring your picnic basket, watch some cricket. We've got T10 on all day and the women. The nets are available if you want to roll your arm over.
Rupam can't get onto that one. Just another single down to Zishan. Simoon in the chat. Morning, Simoon. Says T10 format seems like a bowler's nightmare. Absolutely 100% is. But if you can do well as a bowler, it's very satisfying. Because it's few and far between. Gets that one up, and he's under it, and Zishan's on the boundary and takes the catch.
And he's just stopped him.
Just stays in, and that is the end of Shaki. So excellent work down there from Zishan, another national squad member taking the catch.
And good innings by Shaki too.
Yep.
18 off 11. That's
what he needed.
If everybody does that.
Exactly. If everyone comes out and hits two a ball, Vikings will be in a good place.
But good take, good awareness of the boundary rope there too. So
wasn't in by much, but just did what he needed to do. He's got a good pair of hands there, Sean. He's taken quite a few catches for Estonia in his 2 or 3 games he's played so far. Brings Shanawaz out to the crease. Another national squad member. One of only 2 national squad members that played second division cricket this year. Bit short from Bejon. He just works that away for a single. Chaturanga comes in and fields.
Another nice start to the over for the...
another good one. Shanawaz is another one who, if he gets going, he can be very explosive. Rupam needs to take a bit of initiative here, and that's a great shot straight down the ground. Bounces couple of times and
into the logs.
Nestles next to us down here at mid-off. And Rupam doing exactly what I said.
Now, speaking of which, Friday night you hit a ball. Whereabouts did it land?
It was behind the second sign.
Okay, so you're about...
Just inside the logs. Over the sign. And
okay, so we're talking 90 metres.
Nice gift full toss from Gould that thanked him for. And he's bowled.
Naga missed.
Bejon, excellent response, and Rupam gone for a very good 30 of 13 balls. But the Stallions now getting right back into this game. Wickets falling. And it'll be Badrell coming out to bat. Very impressive with the ball in the T20 comp, Badrell. And he can certainly hit a long ball, but they'll be disappointed. Rupam after a start, getting out for 30. T10's one of those games, I think, where you need one player to get a big score.
One player to get over 50.
Yeah.
And really solidify their innings
Yep.
and just lock down one end.
You can still, get a decent score if everyone contributes, but it's those innings where you've got one guy going pretty much the whole 10 overs that you can get the big scores. As we saw in the ECS Talon back in 2020 with Stu Hook and Safe both doing that for their teams. As Bejon comes into Badrell, that's down the leg side.
Another really good over by Bejon there.
Off the pad, I think. Yep, excellent over. Just the 1-6, but 2 wickets and 8 runs. 62 for 3 off 5, so run rate now under 13 as Zishan will come into the attack. Doesn't do a lot of bowling, Zishan, but just good medium paces. It'll be his length that I'll be looking at. If he can get it up nice and full, he should be pretty effective. But he doesn't want to drop short.
Now, will he use the marker or will he use his foot?
He'll use his foot.
They've invented this thing called plastic.
Well, I can see the marker from here.
It's about
right
one step behind
him.
Anyway, he comes in with the
ball. Nice shot there. Fielder's out there and
he's
knocked it over the boundary for 6. There was Rufak out there. He had a good chance to catch that, but he was leaning back over the boundary and he's just knocked it over.
It was a little bit disappointing from Rufak there. His feet were planted on the ground and he had got 2 hands to it.
He should have caught that one.
It just slipped through. Unlucky Rufak. Next one.
Sharnawaz going early, and that's a better one. Tied him up, got into the body. But, Sharnawaz could be the key here for Vikings if he can get going. Need another 30 or 40 from him. Push it up to the 120, 130 mark and see what they can do in the last couple of overs.
Yes, they
Short
started
and
very well.
Smashed over the offside. Is it going to be 6?
And
It is. Really got onto that nicely. A bit short again from Zishan. And the difference was he gave him width as well. So really freed up the arms. And
that was running a very long way.
Yeah, he really got onto that.
Yeah.
Very good cut shot. Reminiscent of David Boone cutting for 6 at the SCG.
You're a doppelganger. Your mullet is looking very nice on the TV when you're running in.
It's getting there.
Yes. When is shave date? When you make your century?
I usually cut the hair once it starts getting in my eyes when I start to bowl. That's usually when I know it's time to cut it. I did suggest after...
Is that the eyebrows or the fringe?
No. The fringe. And I did suggest, as this shun comes in, slower ball. And he's picked that up as well, but Rifat should cut that off. And just 1 run. Yeah, I did, after watching Iceland, one of their bowlers... He's just having a go at Rifat for nearly hitting him with the throw-in.
He did have a good go at him, didn't he?
One of the Iceland bowlers had a lovely headband. I was thinking maybe a pink hippo's headband to keep the hair out of the eyes. As that one hits the pads, but no appeal.
I can't think of his name now. The Aussie.
Pat Cash.
No, the bowler.
Bracken used to have the headband.
Yeah,
I think a pink tennis headband would be perfect. Oh, that's a lovely pull shot. 1 bounce for 4. Badrell getting in on the act.
A pink hippo's headband?
Yeah, pink hippo's headband, a couple of wristbands, that'd be...
Oh, the pink, Ambrose style.
Yeah.
Who was it that told him to take them off? It was Border?
Dean Jones.
Dean Jones, yes.
That didn't work out for him that
did
day.
not work out for him at all. Even the umpire was a bit worried, Darcy, wasn't it?
So 6 overs down, 79 for 3, and better over there for the Vikings, 15 off it. Zishan just a little short. Needs to get that ball a bit fuller. And it looks like it will be Chaturanga. Maybe. Yes, Chaturanga. Haven't seen him play yet, so this will be interesting. He's already taken a catch. Looks like he'll be bowling some spinners.
Off a very short run up.
Sharnawaz on strike. Leggies. And
he's got him.
So lures him down the pitch, spins away from the bat. Sharnawaz, big swing and a miss, and Moni absolutely demolishes the stumps again. But
Chaturanga, what a day out he's having. His first touch of the game, he gets a catch, and second ball.
I wonder if he can bat, Trav. Salman Khan coming out.
Speaking of having a
The
good,
Vikings.
good first touch, did you watch the Man City game? I know it's a completely different subject.
Yeah.
Haaland, first touch of the ball, bang, in.
I would have scored that one.
Oh.
That was a tap in. Second goal was good, but
Second goal was good. Well, but first touch of the season, come on, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And your team, Newcastle, last night.
Yeah, they're pretty good at home now, and Aston Villa pretty bad away from home. So I was reasonably confident we'd get a win, but 5 goals is always a good start. The last few years it's been a bit of an Achilles heel scoring goals for us, so it's good to see we've finally got a few players in that can knock them in.
And some persuasion there, Robbo. I noticed there's a big sports bet logos all over the stadium now.
Well, nothing to do with that, Trev, but I'm
Very happy. Chaturanga comes in for
happy
his
if I can
second
get over
ball.
for a game. Oh, nearly caught and bowled.
Oh, wow. Even Crossy's leaning back on that one, having a good laugh.
I think that one's just bounced in front of him.
Yeah.
But
Smiles all round, which is good to see the boys having a bit of fun out there today.
well, that's T10. T10's about having fun.
Cricket should be about having fun.
Don't want to take T10 too seriously. It's not really cricket.
But it's
Just
the way
a
it's
good
going
chance.
in Europe.
Yeah, that's a wide.
The old wide stumping. That used to be mine and Marco's favourite routine, just because I couldn't bowl straight.
Yeah. But no, they're it's a good opportunity for a lot of guys to play a lot of cricket in a day.
Here we go. This is up
Oh,
in the
it's
air.
up. It's
This is going
a
to be a
DJ
good...
coming round. He's not going to be able to get to that.
Cools. Crossy with his arms up again.
So,
You might be a little bit tired tomorrow. With all this.
not much Aditya could do with that one.
No, that was 10 metres there.
5 or 6 metres over his head.
Yeah.
Didn't go very far over the boundary though. And Salman, after nearly holing out first ball, hits a 6 with his second. So Chaturanga, what's he got? Throws it up again and swings hard again, and Aditya coming in and takes the catch and stays in.
Very good catch by DJ. Again,
And-
great awareness by the Stallions.
Yep, that was on the cards. Just knew he had to just throw it up, and he was going to have a big swing at it. And first one just made it over the boundary, but the second one did not.
Chaturanga with a huge day out today.
Yes, he's certainly in the game.
Would be nice to see him get some runs today.
Yeah, nice little 50, knock off the total. 5 down now, the Vikings. So wheels falling off a little bit here.
Yeah, it would be nice to see them at least make 120, 125 today.
And this is the other key in T10, is keep some wickets in hand for the last few overs. So who have we got coming out now to join Badrell? Is it Tausif? Yes, it's Tausif. Good bowler, Tausif. Average of 6 with the bat, but he has got a 50, so we'll see what he can do here. Bit Glenn McGrath-esque, those figures.
Yeah.
Chaturanga deciding to bowl around the wicket now to Tausif.
Oh, McGrath was 61, wasn't he?
Average was definitely single figures though.
Yeah.
Pitches up and just chipped over his head by Tausif. Arsalan comes into field and a single. So
I think with Chaturanga's bowling, he should be going over the wicket. He's been bowling very nicely. I don't know why he decided to change around the wicket on that one.
oh, he's still got it in a good spot.
A very lovely spot. He's very accurate today.
So impressed with him so far.
Very much so.
So last ball here of the 7th over. Badrell on strike. He'll be looking to go big.
He's come down at the wicket. Don't let it
Oh,
go.
it's a short one. Oh, he's gotten away with it.
He's cooked it.
He's not managed to get on it. Bejon comes round and just a single, so definitely got away with that one. But that is one of the things that happens when you're bowling leg spinners is you can drag it down, and he did that. But 5 really good balls that over.
Very good. 2 for 9 off that over. That's man of the match material if he keeps that up.
I do think at our level, if a leg spinner can bowl 5 out of 6 on the spot, that's a pretty good job.
With changing
Yep.
around and over.
So Zishan will bowl his second over here. Badrell
No change in field.
back on strike. Well, it's one of those things, I think, T10 cricket, as that one finds the gap on the leg side. Nice shot by Badrell. So Zishan continues to be expensive. T10 cricket, I think it's one of those ones where there's not a lot of point changing the field much.
Yep.
Unless you've got a specific plan to a specific batter, there's pretty obvious fielding positions, and you don't really want to deviate too much from that one.
When you're a man down as well.
Yeah, one fielding position that seems to be catching on in T10, and let's watch better ball from Zishan, just dropped into the offside for a single.
And Monty didn't take out the stumps that time.
Yeah, very restrained. So there's almost a long stop seems to be coming in a lot of the T10 cricket. I notice Arsalan down here is pretty straight at mid-on. But even straighter than that, as that one's up, Arsalan is getting under it. And he takes the catch.
He did take the catch.
So that's the kind of fielding position where you get a lot of players trying to just chip over the bowler's head. And it does get a lot of catches. Arslan in Estonian captain, other Arslan in Sweden, got 4 or 5 catches in that position.
Okay.
It's definitely effective.
And I notice hippos are the only ones that put slips in. I don't know if that's to do with the fitness of the team.
I make no comment on that one. I'm not a captain, and nor do I want to be one. I'll just do what I'm told. I think in the ECS Talent in 2020, we were the only team that had a slip in every game.
Yeah, I think I took a catch and slip as well.
I don't think we had 2. Or maybe we did have 2 when you were in, yeah.
And I did take a catch.
Yep. Down the leg side from Zishan, and nicely worked around the corner from Noman, the captain, who's come in to join Badrell. And that was a bit of a gift from Zishan. He's been a little bit wayward today.
Basically, there's nobody behind Monty.
Yeah, I think with only 9 or 10 players, you're going to sacrifice the ones behind the wicket first. And basically, you have to bowl outside off stump. If you're going to bowl on the legs, you're going to go for runs. He doesn't have to get a lot of bat on that. Surprised Noman's come in so far down the order. That's nicely pitched up, slower ball from Zishan. Swing and a miss from Noman. I think maybe he's just decided I want to get my hitters in first in T10. But he's not a bad batter, Noman.
No, not at all.
Another full one and a swing and a miss again. Just trying to do a bit too much, Noman.
Yeah.
Just play with a straight bat. It is one of the things that you see in T10 a lot of playing across the line. Much more likely to hit the ball if you play with a straight bat.
And the superstar of the day, Chaturanga, comes back in for his second over.
If you can take another 2 wickets here, that will put
done.
Stallions right in the box seat. But Badrell back on strike, going well with 10 off 6. Throws it up, and big swing, that is gone.
Cools.
A nice slog sweep over wide mid-on from Badrell.
Rolls it to the stop on the logs.
Log's got a lot of a workout on Friday. Not so much yesterday. It was a pretty low-scoring game on ground 1 yesterday between Stallions and United.
A lot of wickets, though.
Lots of wickets. And, Stallions really missing safe at the top of the order. Only man to score a 300 in Estonia in 40 over last year.
That's huge, isn't it?
And another lovely slog sweep from Badrell.
Cools.
I think he's bowling a bit flatter these first 2 balls. He needs to get that flight again going.
Maybe he's got a plan. He tempts them in, and then he's going to go for the slower ball. Pitch it up. Money with a stumping.
If he throws this up a bit, good chance of a top edge from Badrell here.
I hope he's got a plan in place.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just pitch this one right up.
But that's T10 cricket as well. You can be on top of the world in your first over, and your second over you come back and get slogged all over the place. And through for a single. I wasn't too sure about that one. But
Again, very flat ball.
I think I was none for 4 off my first over
How was he?
yesterday and feeling very good about myself. And then the second over went for 23. So
With a wicket.
Mukthi in the chat. Chaturanga is playing his first game for 2 years. So first game yesterday, second game today. So doing well.
Do we know he's back? Has he been in Estonia that whole time, or he just...
Mukthi, can you tell us a bit of his background? Has he been in Estonia for a while, or has he just arrived?
There's a pitch
Big
up
full
ball.
toss, that'll be a no ball, and managed to somehow get a weird little top edge over the keeper's head. They'll come back for 2. But,
He's has it into the bowler's end.
probably got away with that one, Chaturanga.
Very lucky.
Should have been deposited over mid-wicket for 6. But he'll get a free hit here. So what can Noman do with that?
He pitches this up as well.
He's bowled an offie, change up, and swing and a miss from Noman. So nice change up, flat offie. Noman was probably expecting a flighted delivery. Another offie and Yorker length, well bowled,
That was a good ball.
and just single down the ground. So 1 ball left in the 9th,
Last ball for Chaturanga.
and he's coming around the wicket for his last ball. Hopefully there's a big flighted leggy that Badril has a big hoik at. Could be a 6, could be a top edge, a bit of flight, and he's got all of that. Another 6 just wide of the sports bet sign, and a good 9th over for the Vikings. 23 from it, taking the score up to 120. So
Last couple of overs.
Stallions were looking like they were getting on top there, but Vikings coming right back into it. And if they can have another big over here, that could take them up to the 140, 150 mark.
140 would be a very decent total today, I think.
Mukthi says he just arrived from Sri Lanka, so good to see him playing cricket in Estonia.
We've got quite a few Sri Lankans coming into
The
the
Sri Lankan community seems to be thriving.
How long till we see a Sri Lankan team, do you think? Another couple of years?
Oh, I'd like to think we're moving away from having teams based on nationalities. It was certainly the case for a long time here.
Yeah, well, when there's limited population.
Yep. But I think the more competitive the competition gets, the more people are less concerned with where you come from and more concerned with how you play cricket. Certainly got a lot of nationalities represented now. And Olin, I think, the opener, who got hit for 21, coming in to bowl the 10th. That'll start with a wide. So he certainly went the distance in his first over.
Yeah, I'm not sure bringing him on for the last over was a good idea.
I'm sure it would have been the plan to bowl him the first over and the last over, but you need to be able to be flexible and say, maybe it's not your day today, Olin.
Yeah, he's got a good long run up.
He's a good bowler. I think with a bit of training and a bit of work, he could be a really valuable bowler for the Stallions. Got a nice action.
Yeah, very nice action, just accuracy. Seems to be lacking
That's
today.
leg side wide. Monty couldn't hold on to it, so they run a single as well. So no balls bowled yet in the 10th over, and already 3 runs. But yeah, nice, very upright, very straight action. Just needs to work on the accuracy. Just needs to bowl a lot of balls in the nets.
Just get in the nets and bowl and bowl and bowl. Again.
Down the leg side again. So this could be a very expensive over here
Could
for
be a
the
long one
Stallions.
How did they go with starting
Going
on
on time.
Yeah. What's the start of the first league, first ball?
They're on time. Just got to start the over, so I think they were on time. This one's on, and that's straight up, and Arsalan is coming round. Can he stay in? Oh, he's dropped it, but he's kept it in, so They'll get back for 2, but he saved a boundary, but just couldn't hold on to the catch there. Had it in both hands, and it just popped out.
Yeah.
But
Good
good
awareness.
result. Good
Yeah,
result. 2 runs.
The old wide wicket would have been a good one. Haven't seen one of them for a while in
Well,
Australia.
we had KP yesterday with the wicket, and then the wide on the hat trick doing the Richard Parkin routine. And Badgerell can't get onto this one, but it's in the gap, and they should come back for 2. Chasing is Bejon. The throw comes in, and there's no one backing up. But Badgerell, I think, has hurt himself. So stays down, but again, terrible backing up by the Stallions. Had all the time in the world there to back up the keeper. Bejon chasing that one down, and Crossy's now giving the batter a warning for running on the pitch to add insult to injury.
I would much prefer at the moment that they did run on the side of the pitch.
I think he was right down the middle there, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Stallions letting themselves down again. That could have been 4 overthrows. They were lucky that the grass is just a little bit long today. And he's under that. Fielder, Chaturanga, is under it. Oh, he's dropped it. He's dropped it. Zishan picks up and throws it in. So another single.
Bounced off Chaturanga's chest there.
Yeah, he just couldn't hold on to his second catch of the day.
Maybe a little bit of sun in his eyes.
But that'll be more of a factor later in the day. Certainly was a big factor on Friday night.
Any plans to change the Friday night games to a little bit earlier, or just can't because of the
It's
work?
just work. People getting there 6:30. Well, it was going to be 6 o'clock, and everyone said we just can't do it.
Yep.
That one squirted out into the offside. Chaturanga chases it down, and they'll come back for 2. So after a wayward start, Olin has bowled 4 pretty good balls here and not gone for any boundaries. So he'll be happy with that. He's just got 2 balls to finish this off. Vikings 130. I think they'll be happy with that. If they can get another couple of boundaries here and push it up to 140, I think that'll be a really competitive total. Another good ball from Olin, just dropped into the offside. Zishan fields, and the most sensible fielding decision today by the Stallions decides not to have a chuck at the stumps. And so last ball coming up here for the Vikings.
Potential last ball.
I'm going to back him in here, Trav.
Oh, yeah?
It's going to be another good Yorker from Olin here.
I'm going to say no ball.
And on the legs, and he's whipped it away past Bejon for 4. So a good finish for the Vikings. 136 for 6. And 137 will be the total that the Stallions are looking for. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes.
All right, Robbo, thanks very much. I'm going to head off.
No worries. Thanks for joining us, Trev.
No worries, mate. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, so after a slight delay to find a ball, we are back. Stallions needing 137. A DTR on strike. Shahid to bowl. Full and in the air, and that is coming over Badrill's head. Good one-handed attempt, but it was always going over. And they start with a 6. So lovely straight bat there from Aditya. And Vikings already dancing. Having a good time out here. So they do have this backstop position I was talking about. And almost takes a catch first ball. Full again and high over the offside by Aditya. And that runs away for 4 runs. So Stallions starting exactly the same way the Vikings did. And Aditya looking good. Morning, Pranay. Good shot, Addy, says Pranay. Shahid in again. Full and on the pads, but going down leg. Big appeal from behind the stumps, and they run through for a single. Maybe spend a bit less time appealing and a bit more time chasing the ball, guys. Shahid needs to work on his run-up. A very stuttering start. In now with Rifak to face his first ball. Pitched up and bowled. Yorked him middle stump. And Rifak is gone for a golden duck. So just what the Vikings needed. If Rifak got going, this would have been a pretty small total. But he is gone. And that is a big breakthrough for the Vikings. Zishan comes to the crease. Quality player. And performed very well for Estonia in the T10 series in Sweden. Had some good partnerships with Safe, and hopefully he can replicate that form here. Shahid, after copping a bit of hitting the first few balls, came back very well there with a nice Yorker. So let's see what he can produce here to Zishan. Field adjusting going on. Looks like they're ready to go. Another full one and whipped off the pads by Zishan. Didn't get all of it, but it makes the boundary and 4 runs. So Zishan off the mark with the boundary. Just straying onto the pads there. And nicely played over the top. So last ball here of the first over. And Zishan smacks it over the offside, over Noman's head. He's racing back, but he won't stop it. And there's another 4. So again, didn't really strike it cleanly, but enough to get it over the inner circle, and another boundary to finish the first over. 19 for 1. Good start from the Stallions, but they'll be a little bit worried about that early wicket. Can't afford to lose any more wickets in the power play. As Crossy seems to have found the bowling marker that we could see from the commentary box, but they clearly couldn't see out on the field. And it looks like it'll be Rupam to bowl the second over. And Aditya back on strike. We've got the very straight long on and a cow corner. It's not really a mid-wicket or a long on, it's a cow corner. So Rupam in and bowled him. Absolutely cleaned him up. Aditya looking to force that into the leg side and clean bowled. So, Stallions in trouble early. And Rupam strikes with his first ball. I don't know if you're watching KP, Kevin Pattenden, but very, very few wides this morning. And certainly I don't think any to start spells. So bucking the trend in our first T10 Sunday. Certainly something teams need to be on top of. As Arsalan joins Zishan at the crease. And yes, in T10 cricket, you cannot afford to be giving extra balls by bowling wides and no balls. You want to be as close to that 60 ball count as you can possibly be. So we'll see if Stallions can rebuild here or if they're going to go down swinging. Full and in the air, the man is coming around and he's dropped it. He's dropped it. So Arsalan could have been 2 in 2 for Rupam, but he's put it down and they're through for a single. Just a chip into the leg side there, straight to the fielder, and he couldn't hold on to it. So very disappointing for the Vikings. I think if they don't go on to win this, that could be where the match was turned. Short ball to Zishan, and he's got all of that. That is 6 runs. Lovely shot, just a little bit short from Rupam, and what a turnaround. Could have been 2 wickets in 2 balls. Now he's gone for a 6 instead. And team just not supporting him in the field. He'll be disappointed. So ladies' game is getting started over on ground 2. Super 8's game between Sarima Tuloveski and Tiskre Penguins. As that short and outside off, and Zishan finds the gap in the offside beautifully, and he's very strong there on the offside. Another 4. We'll bring you the scores from the women's game as they happen. Penguins are on top of the table after beating Sarima Katamakari earlier in the season, and Tuloveski yet to record a win as Rupam continues, and he's hit that back over his head but straight to no man at mid-off and just a run. So last ball now of over number 2. Arsalan hits that beautifully over the leg side and 4 runs. So another over, plenty of runs, but a wicket falls. So Stallions well on top in the run rate, but they cannot afford to keep losing wickets like this. So Shahid will bowl his second. Last over of the power play here. Ooh. Full down the leg side and called a no ball. Zishan was ducking for cover. So that'll be a free hit. Yeah, and Shahid needs to find his line and length again. So free hit. What can Zishan do with this? Fallen outside off, and he's left it. You don't see that much in T10. But I think he was a bit of a premeditated shot in mind, and that ball was not a ball he could play that shot to, so ended up not playing a shot at all. So no ball followed by a dot. Strange start to this over. Stuttering run up again. That one's outside off and top edge over the keeper's head and 4 runs. So it goes hard at it, Zishan, and gets the rewards for doing so. Chat here between the umpires. Not sure what's going on. And throw in hits the stumps. So it's all happening here at Tiskre. Okay, action back on. Pull, and he's got under it, Zishan. It's just going to get over Noman's head, and another 4. So, again, not getting all of it, but just enough to beat that inner ring. And once you do that, you're pretty much going to get a boundary on these 50-metre boundaries here. Zishan, 2 4s in a row, 27 off 9, going along very nicely. Is he going to go for another one here? Certainly is. That's very high. Fielder Rana Rashid is under it, and he's dropped it. Another catch goes down. That was very, very high, but should have taken it. And unfortunately for the Vikings, it's gone down. So could have had 4 wickets down here, the Vikings, but 2 catches have gone down already. And Zishan not happy with himself for that shot. Arsalan on strike, and straight back at the bowler. It's hit him on the foot, and they'll come through for a single. This is very clear evidence why you should not be fielding a cricket ball with your foot. That was a really strange decision from the bowler to thrust his foot out at that one. And I think that might be the end for him today, because that is a new hard cricket ball, and ankles and feet do not usually react well to them. So, bit of an injury break here. Seems to have hit him on the shin, I think. I can certainly attest to how painful that can be after copping one exactly the same. I think it was moving probably a bit faster against Sweden. And unfortunately didn't have time to get out of the way that time, but Shahid made the decision to put his leg in harm's way there, and it didn't turn out well for him, although maybe you could argue he stopped a run. Travis says, how do shins react to it, Robbo? Well, after about 6 weeks, it's still swollen, so not well. So maybe a bit of magic spray here. We'll see if he's able to finish his over. But the way he went down, I'd be surprised. He's up and walking. And looks like he may continue. Might want to shorten his run up. Looks like he'll finish his over off. So good to see he's not too bad. Kev asking if it's as bad as thighs react to quad bike handles. Well, Trav, I'm sure you can tell Kev all about that one. Did show me a picture earlier, Kev, of how nicely it's healing. It looks like it's not healing well at all, but apparently that's healing well, so quite gruesome. As Shahid now back in and a bit wide and just dropped into the offside by Arsalan, and Zishan scurries through for a run, and there's overthrows there. They'll get an extra run. A little bit sloppy there from the Vikings. And one ball to go here, it would seem. Or have we missed one? Umpire's going to have a chat. Certainly seems like there should be one more ball in that over. Seems like Crossy's happy with it. Scorers adjust. There we go. 3 overs down, 47 for 2. Stallions ahead on the run rate. And finally an over where they don't lose a wicket. So I'll need a few more of those before we can say they're comfortable in this chase. So Zishan is on strike, so we've still got a problem with the scoring because they've got the wrong batter on strike. That's pitched up and bunted down the ground for a single by Zishan, despite what the scoreboard says. too much to ask for a T10 game, even to be done without scoring errors. As Arslan drops that into the leg side for a single. Short, and another top edge by Zishan that's going to run away for 4. He came down the pitch at the bowler there and just swung hard and managed to get enough bat on it, and another 4 for the Stallions. So Zishan riding his luck a little bit today, but still there, and another throw in from the Vikings hits the stumps at the bowler's end. Moves on to 34 off 13, Zishan. As umpire Tim Cross resets the stumps. And Tausif just setting his field as he comes in again, and always just guided that away, Zishan. They will look for 2, but not on Shaki's arm, or Arslan get back. So it looks like he's coming at him here, and he's clean bowled. So tried to advance at the bowler, end up just yorking himself, and another batsman bowled, and another wicket falls for the Stallions, just when they were looking like they were forming a partnership here. You're far better at getting a little bit deeper in your crease than you are walking at the bowler. Bowler's trying to bowl full. And you're just going to end up doing what Arslan did there and york yourself. Get a bit deeper in your crease, you've got a bit more chance to get under the ball. But another wicket falls. And is it Moni coming out now to join Zishan? It is. So Tausif picks up his first wicket, and the 3rd wicket down for the Stallions. He will now come in to bowl to Moni. Another good one, outside off. Moni's got under it, and Noman's coming around, and he can't get there. That is a 6 to start with from Moni. Noman definitely was in with a chance to catch that one, but he just couldn't get up to it. And a 6 off the first ball for Moni. So 4 overs down, 58 for 3. And while those wickets keep falling, the Stallions still can't feel comfortable here, despite run rate of 60 for 3 after 4. So Big Shaki now looks like he's going to come in to bowl. Tall left armour. Looks like he'll start off from around the wicket. Bowling to Zishan. nice and full, and Zishan just drops it into the offside and through for a single. So good start there from Shaki. Full on the stumps. He'll be looking to get into some wickets here, and if he can keep it there, he's a good chance. So just a second ball here to Monty, and he's under it again. That's very high. Badrell coming around, and another catch goes down, and they're back for 2 runs. Could be overthrows. Yes, there's an overthrow as well, and he has a throw at the stumps. Probably could have avoided that. Might have been another overthrow. So Vikings drop another catch. That's 3 that have gone down. Badrell wore that one on the face. Might have broken his sunglasses. And another catch goes down. So Vikings, their own worst enemies at the moment. They're creating chances, but 3 catches going down in 4 overs. And that's a wide, big wide, and that'll be called no ball because it's not landed on the pitch. So Shaki, after 2 very good balls to start off with, just losing the radar, and this will be a free hit for Zishan. And all on the pads, and couldn't get any bat on it there, just around the corner, and that'll be a leg by, I think. No, maybe he's got a little bit of bat on it. So 1 run. Score update from the women's match we'll have after this ball. Shaki in again to Monty, and he's down the pitch and slashing it into the leg side. Beats the fielders, and that'll be 4 runs. So Monty moves on to 13 from 3 balls. Cracking start from him. So over on ground 2, the Penguins are batting. And after 9.3 overs, they are 60 for 1. So we'll check back in on that at the end of the first innings. As Shaki comes into Monty again, he's down the pitch, big swing and a miss. Appeals from a few fielders, but the bowler and the wicketkeeper not interested. And neither is umpire Tim Cross. Shaki, last ball of his over. It's wide outside off, and Monty's got under it. There's a fielder coming around, but he can't cut it off. And yet another boundary for the Stallions as Monty flies along to 17 off just 5 balls. 74 for 3 off the first 5. 63 needed in the last 5 for the Stallions here. And that was a good over for them, as umpire Tim Cross giving the Vikings a bit of a hurry up, maybe a bit behind the over rate here. And it looks like Badrell will come in to the attack. And it will be Zishan on strike. He's on 37. I think he'll be looking to be there for the rest of the innings for the Stallions. As Badrell comes in, full toss. He's hit that into the offside. There is a fielder out there, and they will come back for 2 on a little misfield there. Not sure Monty was too keen on the second, but Zishan pushes him through, and they get there. Zishan now shoelace. First shoelace of the day. Should put a counter up on the screen. How many shoelaces come undone? We'd get double figures. So Zishan, good to go again. Nice and full from Badrell. Just worked into the offside for a single by Zishan. Rana Rashid Fields. So good start from Badrell here. Can Monty continue his boundary scoring ways? Full, and he's come down and he's slapped it into the offside, but fielder will cut it off and another single. So Badrell doing the right thing here, keeping the ball nice and full. A couple of full tosses, but they're low full tosses. Not easy to get under. Zishan back on strike on 40. And that's going to be a wide. So it could be a tight finish here. And these extras could make all the difference. Free run for the Stallions and another ball. Full toss again. That's a bit too full. He's hit that and it's going to be over the head of the fielder at deep mid-wicket. He looked like he was interested in a catch for a while there, but ended up a few metres over his head. Zishan takes full advantage of a loose one from Badrell there. Just too full, so tight margins. But just too full that one. He comes in again and Zishan moves to the leg side to make himself a bit of room, but can't get much on it, and it's another single. Moves along to 47. Last ball here over number 6. Monty looking for more boundaries. Full again, a bit too full. That might be a no ball. It is. And Monty manages to hit that out into the leg side. They thought about the second, but just one. And it is called no ball, so it'll be a free hit. So should have been the last ball. 2 more free runs for the Stallions, and Zishan now gets a free hit at this ball. And he's got onto it nicely. The fielder's coming around, but he won't stop it. And that is a free boundary there for the Stallions. The Vikings, a little bit of discipline missing, and that is 50 up for Zishan off just 22 balls. Great little innings. Gotten a bit lucky, but he's taken his chances and doing an excellent job for his team here. Pranay saying that Zishan missed his first 2 free hits. Well, he certainly got onto that one, Pranay, so looks like he's hitting them well. 4 overs left, 45 runs required. You would think if that gets under 10 and over, then it will be very easy for the Stallions. But the Vikings still in this. And if they can take another wicket or 2 here, they'll be right back on top. Looks like Itisham coming into the bowling attack now to bowl his off spinners. And bowling around the wicket to Monty, who I think is going to keep looking for the big shot. Throws it up and Monty runs at it and almost yorks himself. Just manages to get his bat on it, straight back to the bowler and no run. Well fielded by Disham off his own bowling there. Throws it up. Monty runs down at it and gets it right in the gap. Gets it on the full and hits it right between the 2 fielders on the boundary for another 4. So very, very effective little innings this from Monty so far. He moved to 23 from 9. And that's really all you've got to do. If you can get enough bat on it and find a gap, you are going to get a boundary. So Itisham throwing it up high and Monty using his feet get it on the full. And a little bit shorter that one, a bit flatter, and it's going to be a wide. Monty couldn't get any bat on that one. Throws it up again. Monty over the offside. It's just over runner Rashid, and it'll go for another 4. Nicely played into the offside there by Monty. Picked out one of the shorter fielders patrolling the circle and got it comfortably over his head. So Monty, little gem of an innings here for his adoptive team, the Stallions. With Tigers not having a team in the T10 comp, both he and Bejon playing for the Stallions. And certainly doing the job for his team here. Itisham in again, that's on the leg side, but it's pitched outside leg, I think, as it hits him on the pads, and the bowler with an appeal. So he's going to change to over the wicket for the last couple of balls here. Throws it up really high. Monty comes and hits it, but he finds the fielder and asking for the no ball. But square leg umpire, yep, he's given it. So free hit now for Zishan, and it's flatter from Itisham, and he's just found Shaki on the boundary, so it'll just be 1. 50-run partnership up for these two off just 20 balls. And Monty doing a lot of damage. So last ball, wide, spoke too soon. So hopefully this will be the last ball. Throws it up and Monty comes at it. Can't get much on it. It's squirted into the leg side. Misfield. They should come back for 2, and they do. Throw comes in, and he gets home safely for 2. Now I think they've missed a ball on the scoring, and I think it might have been a 4. So we'll wait for them to catch up with that. So another nice hit there from Zishan over the offside. Cleanly hit for 6. And unfortunately, it was a good start to the over. Oh, a play and miss there. So not entirely sure of the accuracy of this score. Still reasonably sure they missed a boundary in the last over, but it says 22 needed off 13 balls. And another good ball from Tausif and missed again. Getting some nice in-swing here. So that's 8 overs down. 115 for 3. 22 needed off 2. And I think the Stallions in the box seat here. As Badrell looks like he'll bowl his second over. No, maybe not. It'll be Ripon. Field is finally set. And he's bowled. So Monty's entertaining little knock comes to an end. Middle stump knocked over. He's gone for 31 off 16. So could there be a little twist here for the Vikings? Just ran at the bowler. Didn't play with a straight bat and paid the price. Oh dear, we have a player coming out to bat in white pads, and that is definitely not allowed. Olin, you are going to be getting another fine for your team. So the Stallions are certainly racking up the fines today. I hope they got some money in the bank, because they're going to get a big bill. Keeper not wearing coloured pads. Batter now not wearing coloured pads. Playing 2 players short. Very disappointing from one of the biggest clubs in Estonia that they can't get the simple things right. There's about 20 sets of black pads over there. I have no idea where he's decided to wear the white ones. And that is a wide. So first ball, lovely ball on middle stump to clean up Monty. Second ball, huge wide. Who knows what is going to be next? Again, full on the stumps again, and he's lofted that back over his head, and the single to get Zishan back on strike, and that's his job from here on out. Make sure Zishan faces as many balls as possible. 20 runs needed. Full, and he's got all of that. That is 6 all the way off the bat. Just what the Stallions needed after losing Monty. And Zishan, you would imagine if he's here for another 5 or 6 balls, that will be the game over. 9 balls remaining. 14 needed. Rupan in again. Straight, on the pads, on the full, and he's whipped that to the leg side, but he's found the fielder. They'll come back for two. Poor fielding on the boundary there. Misfielded, and Olin good enough to get back for the second. Should not be any twos, especially when it goes straight to the fielder. But I would imagine Olin will sacrifice himself to get Zishan back on strike. 12 runs now needed. 2 hits, 2 clean hits from Zishan. Rupam, 2 balls left in the 9th over. And, he tries to... Oh, no, it's over the fielder's head. Just tried a little ramp there and got it all wrong, but the fielder just completely misjudged it, and it went for 4. So Zishan's luck holds. 8 runs now needed from 7 balls. As he moves on to 71 from just 30 balls. As I said, he's rode his luck a little, but he's done exactly what his team needed. We palm him again, and that's full and on the offside. He's hit that beautifully into the offside, found the gap, and that is another 4. Zishan moves to 75. 1 over left and just 4 runs required for the Stallions here. Big Shaki given the ball for over number 10. Big job here. Kenny bowl 6 balls and concede less than 4 runs. Could we see a golden ball? 3 runs off this over will get the first men's golden ball in Estonia. We of course had the golden ball in the women's T10 comp in the first game of the season. But I would be backing the Stallions in here. But Shaki is bowling to Olin, so can Olin get off strike here is the question. Still moving the field around a little. Ready now. In comes Shaki to Olin. And swing and a miss. He's moved to the leg side and just need to get bat on ball, mate. You are not there to hit boundaries. You are there to hit a single. A little bit of situational awareness lacking. Shaki in again. Straight up and clean him up. So Olin not doing the job for his team there. Tried to have a big swing at the first ball. All he had to do was get bat on ball and get a single. And now he's bowled, and the Vikings now in with a sniff as Abinash comes out. In with a big sniff here, the Vikings, because Shaki, if he can get another 4 balls on target, Zishan may be stuck down the other end. This is where game awareness comes into it. If you are coming out to bat here, all you need to do is bat on ball. You do not be swinging hard. You do not need to be trying to hit sixes. Just get the bat on the ball, get a single, get your set man on strike. Give him 3 balls to hit 3 runs. That's all you have to do. Let's see, can Shaki provide the miracle here for the Vikings? He comes in and it's on the body and they're through, they're running, and a direct hit he would have been out, but it wasn't a good throw at all. Nowhere near the stumps, and that is exactly what Abinash needed to do. Did the job perfectly. Drop and run. Zishan was out of the blocks like a lightning bolt. Probably would have been run out if it hit, but you had to take the chance. So now he's got 3 balls to hit 3 runs. Still got a spread field. Still hoping to stop a boundary. No one out on the offside though, and he's so strong on that offside. Shaq will be trying to move it into him. Oh, he's hit into his pad. Oh no, he's taken the single. Is that going to cost them? 1 run needed for tie, 2 runs needed for win, 2 balls remaining, and a lot of pressure on Abinash now. I do think if I was Zishan, I would have turned that single down. Back yourself. But here we go, Shaki in again. And he's hit it in the air. And the catch is taken. The catch is taken. So we'll have 1 ball, 1 run needed for a tie, 2 runs needed for a win. And can the Vikings snatch this away from the Stallions after Zishan had done so much good work? But he shouldn't have taken that single. He's exposed his lower order here. And can Shaki do the impossible here for the Vikings? A dot or a wicket? And the Vikings win. As Bejon coming out to bat, he's turned around. He's in danger of being timed out. This is very poor work here from Bejon. I would be timing him out if I was the Vikings. This is not good enough from Bejon and the Stallions, and yeah, I'd be timing him out. You have 90 seconds to be facing up, and he's probably already past that. So what a finish we've got here. Cushy in the chat. Hi, Cush. Excellent final over by Big Shaq. Certainly is. All it's missing is the icing on the cake. Can he get a wicket or a dot off this final ball? Will we go to a golden ball? Or can Bejon hit 2? Eranga asks, what happened to the missed boundary? That's a good question. Maybe I was incorrect on that one, but it certainly seemed like they missed one. Bejon drops it and then runs. We are going to have a golden ball in the first Sunday T10 match. Ties the match up, and it is golden ball time. Fantastic over there from Shaq. And umpire Cross will now tell him exactly how this works. Basically, any not out batter can bat. It's a single ball. Any bowler can bowl it. And I believe 2 runs wins it. Let me check. So 2 or more, and the Stallions win. 1 or less, and the Vikings win. It's as simple as that. I would imagine Zishan will take the strike. There cannot be a tie again, Pranay. dot ball or 1, the Vikings win. 2 runs or more, and the Stallions win. So no opportunity for a tie after the golden ball. But not sure what's taking so long. Really not sure why we're having such a huge break here. So the bowler who bowled the final delivery has to bowl the golden ball. So it will be Shaki. Still a lot of conversation going on between the umpires and the scorers. Captain Rifak has come out onto the field to talk to the batters. Do have to wonder with so many drop catches today. The Vikings probably should have won this. They now relying on Big Shaq to deliver yet again. It was a fantastic final over, just 3 runs coming from it and 2 wickets. And the umpires now making their way back onto the field. Rossi now in a huddle with the Vikings. And looks like we will finally get some action. So here it is. We've got 1 ball, 2 runs needed to win, less than 2 runs, and the Vikings win. Ravi asked, will the Vikings also bat? No. So it's not like a super over. It is literally 1 ball to decide the game. Zishan on strike. 76 off 32, just needs to find a gap, and Bejon just needs to get his running shoes on and run hard. No matter where the ball goes, you need to run 2. Field is set, players in position, and Big Shaq against Zishan. In he comes. And bit of drama. Pulls out of the run-up. Crowd goes wild. Umpire cross, I don't think particularly enjoyed that, but here he comes again. Trav's calling for the man count. I don't think so. It's full. It's over the top. It's going to go for 4. And Zishan wins the game for the Stallions. Fantastic job by Zishan. And the Stallions win their first T10 game of the year. Vikings unfortunate to go down in a golden ball. So we'll be back in about half an hour for the second match of the day with Talon United taking on the NATO Battle Group team. We'll see you then.